Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and I am sitting in the co-pilot chair of my 2017 Itasca Soleil Model 36G, manufactured by Winnebago. And today I want to talk about different ways of purchasing a new RV. Now, first let me say that if you're going to purchase a used RV, there are many different ways of doing that. And I'm not going to talk about that because I've never done it. In fact, this motorhome is the one and only RV I've ever purchased. And there are basically three ways of purchasing a new RV. One is to buy it from your local dealer. Wherever you are in the 50 states or Canada, when you do that, wherever the manufacturer is, which is most likely going to be Indiana, that's where the large majority of the RV manufacturers are, they are going to hire an outside company who has drivers to drive your RV to your local dealer. Now, some of the smaller towable campers and RVs, they may be shipped by rail or truck, but the larger ones and any motorhome that's a Class A, Class B, or Class C is going to be individually driven out to your dealer. And the way they do that is the manufacturers hire these companies, and the fee that they have to pay includes the fee for the driver's time, for the number of days it takes to drive it out to your place and have him get back to the factory, and includes the fuel, and could also include lodging if there's a day layover. So all these fees that it costs to hire someone to drive the RV out to you is added on to the price of the vehicle when you buy it. The manufacturer gives the dealer the exact cost, and then the dealer adds that to your invoice for the purchase. Whether there's some markup on there, I don't know. But that is the way most of them are done, especially the ones where it has to be transported from the factory to whatever state that you're in. And number two way is for you to fly or drive to the city where the manufacturer is, and you buy your RV from a dealer who is in the same city or close to the manufacturer, and then the dealer will send their own people to pick up the RV from the factory. And that's the way I did mine. I bought mine from a dealer in Forest City, Iowa, which is where the Winnebago factory is. And this dealer is just 1 mile from the Winnebago factory. So there's no delivery cost at all. However, you have to get to that town yourself. You can fly there, you can drive your own vehicle there. If you drive your own vehicle, then you have to be able to tow your vehicle back to your home state unless you bring your own driver. If you bring someone with you, then they can drive the car or the vehicle, whatever you have, back. Now, the cost of you picking up the RV yourself and driving it back to your home, whatever state you live, versus hiring someone to drive it out for you, like I said before, there's not much difference in the cost. It'll save you a little bit of money doing it yourself rather than hiring someone, but not much. And then you have to consider your time. What is your time worth? You're going to have to take a whole vacation week off to do this. So that's something you need to decide for yourself. And the reason why a lot of people do this is not to save money. It's mainly because if you are 1,500 miles away from the dealer, then when you pick up your motorhome from your local dealer, it's going to have 1,500 miles on it. You pick it up from a dealer that's in the city as the manufacturer is, then it's going to have maybe 10 or 20 miles on it. And those miles are just test driving miles that the factory did, I guess. The reason why a lot of people like to pick up their own RV from a dealer close to the factory is so that they're getting an RV with only a few miles on it. Yeah, now when you drive it back, you're going to have the 1,500 miles on it. But it's going to be miles you drove, not somebody else that you don't know has driven. And some people just like that. For you being able to put on the first miles of your brand new RV. Now, the third way is to buy an RV from a manufacturer who sells direct. There are a few manufacturers who are their own licensed dealers, so you don't have to go through a dealer. I think there are only like 3 or 4, 5 of those maybe, somewhere around the country. The one that I'm most familiar with is called Nexus. You go to their website, nexusrv.com, and the things I like about Nexus is that you can order your RV online. It's like you go onto any website to purchase something. You click, 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 and then you click buy. And it basically is the same way you do it. And all the prices are right there up front on the website as to what the base price of the RV is. And it lists all the various options that you can click. Yes, I want this one. Yes, I want that one. Don't click the options you don't want. And all the prices of the options are right there. And they're non-negotiable prices. And that's another thing that's nice about buying factory direct, is that there's no dealer negotiations. They don't mark up the price 30% and then say, we're going to give you a 30% discount. No, they don't play that game. Nexus in particular gives you the exact prices, and don't expect on trying to get them to reduce their price. That's it. So I like that, and I also like that Nexus is willing to customize your RV. For example, I wanted a fully carpeted RV. All the RV nows, no more do they come out with carpeting. Maybe a few do that I don't know about, but carpeting used to be kind of standard in motorhomes, especially the larger motorhomes. They've gotten away from that in the last several years, and now they're all tiled. I was considering buying mine from Nexus, and I told them I wanted mine fully carpeted, and they said, sure, no problem. I talked to 3 other manufacturers. They said no way would they build a motorhome with carpeting, and several other options. So on Nexus's website, there are a fairly long list of options, but there is also a lot more that they will do that's not there. Whatever you want on your motorhome, if it's physically possible for them to do it, they will do it. They will completely customize it. Now, the reason why I didn't buy from Nexus and I ended up buying from Winnebago is because the Nexus RV, the motorhome that I was looking at that is pretty much equivalent to this one, it cost $25,000 more. Now, the value of that $25,000 may be there, but I was thinking if I save that $25,000 I can spend that $25,000 adding extra things that I want added to my motorhome, which I have done. I have spent over $20,000 in upgrades to this motorhome after I took delivery from the dealer. So, and I would have had to basically pay pretty much $25,000 more. But I would have gotten the motorhome exactly the way I wanted. And that would have been nice. So many times I've asked myself, did I make the right decision in buying this factory standard model? Or would I have been much happier buying a customized model from Nexus when I would have been out another $25,000, but it might have been worth it. I wonder. So, like I said, those 3 ways of buying a new RV. You buy it from your local dealer and have some drive it out to you. You buy it from a dealer very close to the factory, so there is no shipping charge, and you go there and get it and drive it back yourself. Or you buy it from a factory direct. And you can search online for factory direct RV manufacturers. I have heard that there are a few more than Nexus. So if you're considering buying a brand new RV, especially a motorhome, I hope this has helped you in thinking about how do you want to make that purchase. And do your own research in many, many ways. Don't buy an RV until you have thoroughly researched it and you're at least 90% happy with your decision. And that's what I did. And if you do that, I think you got to be happy with your purchase. If you put that much effort into it to decide what to buy. Oh, and one more thing. When you buy from your local dealer, there's also 2 options there. You can either buy an RV that has been sitting on the lot for a while. You just buy from their stock inventory. Or you custom order your RV. And I custom ordered mine. If you buy one that is just in their standard inventory, they pretty much are going to have every option on it. That's what I found in looking around RV dealers in my area, is that almost all the options that were available, they had already ordered on it. When I custom ordered my motorhome, I said I want 0 options from the factory. I want no factory options. Now I had the dealer install a few options for me. And like I said, since then, I spent $20,000 adding more options to it after I took delivery. That's something else you need to decide how you want to do it. It's also kind of a factor if you need it now or if you're okay with waiting 3 months. Because if you special order, you're probably going to have a 3-month wait for the thing to be built to your specifications. And the reason why I had mine custom built, or special ordered actually, is because I wanted it built the way I wanted it. And that's the way I got it. Now, when you buy from the dealer's inventory, you're going to get a lot better price because he's got RVs sitting there for weeks or months, or I've even heard of cases where an RV has been sitting on a dealer's lot for a year or 2 that they couldn't get sold. Nobody wanted that particular model. They're going to give you a heck of a discount on that model. So you definitely can get a better price by buying from the dealer's inventory, but you're not going to get what you wanted unless you want all of the options that the factory offers onto it. And you're probably not going to get the color you want unless you find one that you're just in love with the color and you're in love with the options. That would be a better way to go. But if the dealer doesn't have RVs that are outfitted exactly the way you want and the colors that you want, then you have to special order. So that too is something to consider. Well, good day, folks. I hope this has helped you and deciding what to do when you want to buy a brand new RV or motorhome.